Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And I am under the belief now that the only good stubby is a ratcheting stubby. And the reason is I've tried all kinds of different stubbies, and this was always my favorite. Very simple design, snap on. They just took their front end off of their ratcheting screwdriver. It does take a bit, or a bit holder, so the length is usually longer. But this was also a snap-on, and this was my least favorite. This is so slippery, I like to joke I'd spray it with Teflon to make a better grip. But I was trying to figure out why these are so bad. Why do I not enjoy using stubbies? And I think the big thing is it's too small to easily manipulate, because normally when you grab something a little bit larger and you want to spin it, you can palm rest it or use some other part of your hand to maintain contact. When you work with a stubby, you pretty much have to let go of it in order to manipulate it. There's nothing else there. And the design was about as uncreative as possible, where, look at these. These might be looked at as identical. However, they're wildly different in size. This one works great. This one is tough to use. I don't enjoy it. In fact, I like the older design better, and I still don't like this older design. Yet they have no intention, it seems, of updating their stubby. So I tried different ones. I even have a video where I made one by a ball of clay and using the clay as a screwdriver to try to see what the natural shape of my hand would be. And it turned out it was really close to what Vera uses. I like bit holding as well. That's something I miss with this because I'm usually using a snap-on one that has some bit capacity. And this doesn't seem like a really elusive technology. You can get a ratcheting stubby with bit storage for about 10 bucks. This one works fine. I mean, it may not last as long. It's noisy. It doesn't have the fine teeth, but it's a stubby. So it does the stubby stuff great. Klein, they've got their own version. They actually have a stubby ratchets. I don't think I have that one. They go after it with a set of kind of these small bits and an extendable shaft here. I like the Klein grip. In fact, scaling down a Klein, this works fine, but it's not ratcheting. Thought maybe I'd like the Pickwick. It does feel good in the hand, but again, you've got to completely let go of the thing in order to get the next rotation. Gear wrench, this is very similar to the snap-on. In fact, it takes the snap-on bits. You're getting up around 20 bucks for something like that. This actually is not that bad. It might have come out of the same company or same assembly line maybe as the SATA, but it works well. This one, though, I have high hopes for. This is the PB Swiss. You can see the number here. This is the 8453. It is a version of their ratcheting screwdrivers, which if you look, use all the exact same mechanism, kind of taking maybe a page from the snap-on playbook. But the only difference here is handle length and, in this case, bit shaft length. So these two, you can't tell them apart, until you see what the handles are. So at first I thought this was pretty corny. They obviously just stuck their ratcheting mechanism in a stubby, but it feels great in the hand. And you can hang on to it and get the advantages of a stubby. Sorry about the dog and the cat the other day. I live in a zoo, it feels like, or a farm. But anyway, this has bit storage. Right there, comes with the PB Swiss bits. It costs maybe 7 times as much as this one, or 3 or 4 times as much as the gear wrench, maybe more. It's on par with the snap-on, if you are eyeballing the two. I have had these go down. I have had them warrantied out. Where the mechanism stops working. You can pop it open and play with it. Usually it's in one direction it starts failing. That's obviously the tightening direction. But this one feels good. Bit holding is magnetic, nice and solid. Of course I could stick an extension on there if I wanted, but I'm not stuck having to have a bit driver in there. They use this same kind of soft material here that the larger ones use, that Sanaprene or something. It's a really nice feeling material. This does act, it's smooth enough, but it also spins, so it does act as a bit of a palm spinner if you need that. It doesn't close all the way tight. That's one thing that I noticed about it. And what that can lead to, if you don't get a nice solid snapping close, or, you know, I noticed this one's a little tighter, as you can see, or clines, seals down, is you may end up with debris that gets in there. It is not going to get into any mechanism involved with the ratcheting, but it might clutter the works up here, meaning you'd have to get inside there and try to clean it out if stuff gets in there. I'm not usually too worried about that, but for the price, you'd think it would close a little bit snugger, you know, as you can see. Come on, Switzerland, what's going on? But anyway, I thought I'd bring this to your attention. These PB Swiss feel great in the hand, you know, stellar ratcheting mechanism. Comes with the bits. That's probably worth a few bucks right there. But ever since I've got this one, I have been eyeballing this, and I'm glad I got it. You know, some of these others, here's a Milwaukee, you can get these for not much. So clunky, but it's a ratcheting. And I would take an inexpensive ratcheting stubby over a snap-on any day, over a non-ratcheting snap-on, or in fact a non-ratcheting anything else. I notice Vera does make a ratcheting stubby. I assume all they did is take this part off of their ratcheting driver and insert it onto a stubby handle. So that's what I'm expecting someday maybe. But this seemed to be the one probably world's best stubby ratcheting screwdriver. Anyway, there it is with that. Doc out.